Have you ever felt like you're living in the United States, the land of opportunity, the land of the American dream, yet somehow you're falling behind? You scroll through Instagram and see your high school buddy flipping houses in Miami. Another classmate is posting pictures from Silicon Valley with the caption, "Hustle never sleeps." On TikTok, someone is bragging about passive income streams, $10,000 a month with no effort. And there you are, sipping a cold cup of diner coffee at 11 a.m., wondering if you've already missed the train. This isn't just a millennial problem or a Gen Z problem. It's a uniquely American pressure, the need to prove yourself, to show that you're not just surviving but thriving. And in a culture obsessed with visibility, likes, shares, followers, LinkedIn announcements, it often feels like if you're not in the spotlight, you don't exist. But let me ask you a harder question. What if the spotlight is blinding you from seeing where the real money is? Years ago, I sat at a Greasy Spoon diner in Brooklyn. The guy next to me wore a faded baseball cap and work boots caked with drywall dust. He looked ordinary, anonymous. While I was nursing my coffee, he pulled out a wad of bills that looked thicker than my rent check. He wasn't a tech founder, not an influencer, not a Wall Street guy. He was a Jewish handyman specializing in old brownstone renovations. No TikTok, no fan page, no SEO. Yet his phone wouldn't stop buzzing with jobs. In that moment, I realized something important. America runs on invisible jobs, and many of the people who quietly take them are doing far better financially than the ones shouting online. We often think wealth in America comes from being seen Wall Street bankers, startup founders, YouTube stars, but the Jewish mindset, passed down for generations, tells a different story. True abundance often comes from work that's steady, consistent, and unglamorous. Work that isn't trending but pays every month. Let's be real. Social media has tricked us into thinking success equals spotlight. But look closely. Plumbers, HVAC technicians, estate cleanout crews, resume writers, presentation designers, many are quietly pulling in six figures without ever posting a reel. And in Jewish communities across New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, these kinds of jobs aren't looked down on. They're respected because they keep families stable and independent. Here's the truth. Being anonymous in America doesn't mean you're invisible. It means you've chosen a path outside the circus of trends. It means you've decided not to play the popularity contest, but instead to build something real, reliable, and profitable. And that's what this story is about. Today, I want to take you on a journey through 5 Jewish-inspired jobs in the United States. Jobs that aren't flashy, don't trend on social media, and may never get you clout at a cocktail party. But they can pay your bills, grow into small businesses, and even transform into family legacies. This isn't theory. This isn't motivational fluff. These are real professions, tested in communities that understand the value of money, stability, and time freedom. And if you're tired of chasing hype and ready to build something that lasts, then lean in. Because in America, you don't always need a spotlight. Sometimes all you need is a steady lamp over your workbench, a reliable client base, and the discipline to show up every day. This is the Jewish way of turning anonymous into abundant. When most Americans think of jobs worth pursuing, we imagine titles that sound impressive. Investment banker, tech engineer, corporate lawyer, maybe even influencer or content creator. Those are the professions we see celebrated in movies, praised on LinkedIn, or trending on TikTok. But the truth is, much of the real wealth in America doesn't come from flashy job titles. It comes from hidden work, the kind of work that never goes viral but pays steadily, month after month. In Jewish culture, this truth has been known for centuries. Stability and financial independence often come from jobs that outsiders dismiss as ordinary. Think about the early Jewish immigrants who arrived in New York in the late 1800s. Many didn't have degrees or connections. What they had was resourcefulness. They opened tailoring shops, ran deli, repaired shoes, or managed small property rentals. Nothing glamorous. Yet generation after generation, these jobs laid the foundation for stable families, home ownership, and eventually larger businesses. So what exactly is an anonymous or hidden job in America? Let's define it clearly. A hidden job is asterisk, low visibility. Nobody's bragging about it online. You won't find hashtags like #BestPlumberLife trending. Asterisk, high demand. Despite the silence, clients constantly need it, whether it's HVAC repair in Phoenix, Resume rewriting for job hunters in Boston or estate cleanouts in Florida. Asterisk, steady cash flow. Instead of chasing one viral month of income, these jobs bring consistent, repeatable paychecks. Asterisk, independent of trends. Even if Instagram dies tomorrow or TikTok gets banned, people will still need someone to fix their AC, polish their presentation, or handle their liquidation sale. In America, these hidden jobs are everywhere, but most people don't see them because they're too busy looking at the spotlight. Let me give you a contrast. Imagine Times Square on New Year's Eve. The cameras, the lights, the celebrities, the influencers all fighting for attention. That's what trendy careers feel like. Crowded, noisy, full of competition. Now picture a quiet neighborhood in Queens. The boiler breaks down in the middle of winter, and the family needs someone reliable. There's no spotlight there, but the man who shows up with his toolbox does the job right and gets paid on the spot. He has a business that will never go out of demand. That's the essence of hidden work. Now, why call them Jewish jobs in this context? Not because only Jewish people do them, but because of the Jewish mindset toward work and money. Asterisk, respect for the ordinary. In Jewish communities, a man who runs a small printing shop or a cleaning service is not looked down on. He's seen as someone providing value and stability. Asterisk, cash flow first, prestige later. Prestige can be built, but rent is due every month. The focus is on dependable income streams that allow freedom and growth. Asterisk, community reputation over public fame. Instead of trying to be known by the world, the goal is to be trusted by a circle of loyal customers. Word of mouth inside a community is often worth more than online followers. Asterisk, resilience over trends. A job that can survive economic downturns, social media bans, or cultural shifts is valued more than a job that looks glamorous today but vanishes tomorrow. In America, we often confuse being seen with being successful. But Jewish wisdom reminds us, visibility is not the same as viability. A plumber in Los Angeles who earns $120,000 a year with repeat customers is financially stronger than an influencer who makes $50,000 one year and nothing the next. Here's another perspective. Hidden jobs are the backbone industries of American life. Without them, homes, businesses, and even glamorous industries would collapse. No Hollywood studio can function if the AC breaks during summer filming. No law firm can pitch a client without well-designed slides. No apartment complex can run if maintenance crews disappear. Yet, because nobody posts about these jobs on Instagram, young people often overlook them. They think, if I'm not an entrepreneur, not a YouTuber, not in tech, I'm behind. But the reality? Many so-called ordinary workers are far ahead in net worth, simply because they chose stability over spotlight. The danger of ignoring these jobs is clear. In America, there's a labor shortage in many of these anonymous professions. Skilled trades are in high demand. Resume writers, estate managers, local fixers, there's more work than workers. But because the culture tells young people to chase fame or hot jobs, the supply of steady professionals is shrinking. That means those who do step into hidden jobs often command even better rates. Think about it. When something breaks in your house, do you shop for the cheapest guy or the one who comes recommended as always on time, always honest? That's the hidden brand power Jewish families have relied on for decades. Quiet consistency builds wealth far stronger than viral fame. So when we talk about from anonymous to abundant, we're not talking about some magical new career path. We're talking about rediscovering the obvious. That jobs with steady demand, jobs rooted in service, skill, and trust, can provide the abundance most people chase in the wrong places. And in the next section, I'll show you concrete examples, 5 Jewish-style hidden jobs in America that aren't glamorous, but pay steady cash. These aren't fantasies. They're real opportunities that thousands of people are already thriving in. In America, the hidden backbone of the economy isn't built by influencers or high-flying executives. It's built by people who have chosen jobs that outsiders rarely talk about, but insiders desperately depend on. Within Jewish communities across New York, Chicago, Miami, and Los Angeles, these jobs are not only accepted, they're respected, because they provide what matters most: steady cash flow, independence, and resilience. Let's walk through 5 Jewish-style hidden jobs that prove you don't need a spotlight to build abundance. 1. The Fixer, America's silent crisis solver. Every business owner in the U.S. knows the nightmare moments. An e-commerce store gets slammed with fake one-star reviews. A restaurant faces a sudden health inspection. A contractor misses a deadline and the client threatens to sue. In those moments, what the owner needs isn't another motivational video, they need a fixer. The fixer is the person you call when things go south. No LinkedIn title, no office on Wall Street, no PR campaign, just results. Jewish families have long valued the fixer mindset. Someone who doesn't panic, who knows the right calls to make, and who works behind the scenes to make problems disappear. In New York, there are quiet consultants who charge $1,000 just to mediate a delivery crisis for a small import company. In Los Angeles, a fixer can make $5,000 in a weekend, saving a YouTuber's channel from being demonetized by handling copyright disputes. The key is discretion, no spotlight, no announcement, just trust. What makes this job powerful is that American businesses live in a constant state of small crises. If you're the person who can step in, untangle the mess, and stabilize operations, you're not just paid for hours, you're paid for outcomes. The Jewish mindset here is simple. Control the chaos quietly, and people will gladly pay you more than those chasing applause. Dois. Estate clean-out, liquidation specialist. America has a unique reality. People move, downsize, or pass away every single day, leaving behind houses, offices, and warehouses full of stuff. To most people, it's junk. To a Jewish entrepreneur, it's inventory. Estate clean-out is one of those hidden jobs that outsiders overlook because it feels dirty or unglamorous. But in cities like Miami or Phoenix, specialists are quietly making $10,000 a month clearing foreclosed homes, reselling furniture, or liquidating office supplies. Here's how it works. A law firm calls because they need a deceased client's property emptied. You step in, charge a flat fee to clean out the space, and then resell the items, furniture, electronics, collectibles through Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or local auction houses. It's a win-win. The family gets closure, and you get multiple income streams from one job. Jewish communities have mastered this approach because it aligns with a cultural habit. Never waste what still has value. A desk might seem worthless to one person, but to a college student in Boston, it's gold. A pile of office chairs might feel like trash, but when sold to small startups, it becomes profit. What's fascinating is that very few young Americans consider this as a career. They see it as dirty work. But those who step into it can build teams, scale operations, and even move into related fields like junk removal franchises or property management. It's steady, it's repeatable, and it thrives in every American city where people move constantly, which is everywhere. 3. The presentation and slide designer. Corporate America runs on PowerPoint. From Wall Street bankers pitching billion-dollar mergers to community colleges presenting new programs, slides are the silent weapon of persuasion. Yet here's the irony. Most Americans hate making them, and most professionals are terrible at it. Enter the hidden hero, the slide designer. This isn't just a graphic design gig. It's about translating ideas into visuals that win contracts, secure funding, or land careers. Jewish freelancers across New Jersey and California have quietly built six-figure incomes crafting slides for executives, lawyers, and startups. Think about the scale. A lawyer preparing for a $5 million lawsuit can't afford sloppy visuals. A startup pitching to venture capitalists in Silicon Valley needs a deck that feels sharp and professional. They're willing to pay thousands for someone who can turn bullet points into a compelling story. What makes this job steady is repeat demand. Every semester, professors need new lectures. Every quarter, corporations need fresh investor decks. Every week, small businesses need marketing presentations. Once you deliver well, you become the go-to person, whispered in boardrooms and Zoom calls. Call Sarah, she always delivers. Jewish mindset in this job is simple. Don't try to be the star of the show, make your client the star. While others chase attention, you're building invisible influence, one polished slide at a time.